It's the most wonderful time of the year. Vintage Cube is up, and we are jamming some Vintage Cube drafts. Looking at this pack, we've got a Fast Bond. Think that's what I'm going to take here. It's like an outside chance we wheel this upheaval. Probably not, though. I really like playing Fast Bond. Fast Bond leads to some fun shenanigans. Well, Lotus Cobra works really well alongside Fast Bond because you can play a Cobra, play a bunch of lands, and make a bunch of mana when you play the lands. So I think I'll take that here. Okay. So there's a Crucible. I love the land destruction deck, and like if I were drafting to win, I would probably take Gaia's Cradle, but I'm not drafting to win. That's not what I came here for. I came here to have some fun, and Crucible is a fun card, so we're gonna see what we can do with some Crucible Fast Bond nonsense. Okay. Given I've got that, what am I looking for now? Well, obviously, like, Fetch Land, Strip Mine, Wasteland, all very good. Part of me's kind of tempted to take this Felidar Retreat. Again, not a great card, but it does kind of work with, like, Fast Bond. There's, like, a Primal Command, Phyrexian Revoker, which are pretty good. We'll just take the Felidar Retreat. It's a fun card. We're drafting a fun brew here. So, really want to see a Strip Mine, and some fetch lands. And I'm going to try to play a really high land count. The decks that play, like, Fast Bond, you want to play a whole bunch of lands and card draw in. Speaking of, so we have Dryad, which is kind of like a backup Fast Bond, like a worse second copy of Fast Bond. There's Knight of the Reliquary. I kind of like Knight, actually. Knight's sweet with Felidar Retreat. Lets me keep triggering the Felidar Retreat. I can play the lands I sacrifice out of my graveyard. Yeah, let's take Knight. Eternal Witness? Eternal Witness, if I find a Strip Mine, then we're in business with Eternal Witness. There's also, like, Ballista, Simic Signet, Survival of the Fittest, Fields of the Ruins, like a really bad Strip Mine. I would play Field of the Dead in this deck, or sorry, Field of Ruin in this deck, because I can get it back with the Crucible. But we're going to take the Witness. Hopefully we'll find our Wasteland or Strip Mine. We're building our deck around a card that we don't have yet, but, you know, sometimes you got to do that. I mean, we've got a really good shit. Like, if we get the Strip Mine, then we're just absolutely going off. Oh, Wrenn and 6? Okay. Yeah, here we go. We're doing it. Now we just need the lands that go to the graveyard. Strip Mines, fetch lands. Wouldn't mind wheeling that Field of Ruin, which we might. People don't tend to take that very highly, and we do get a look at that pack, I think, on the wheel. There'll be, what, 2 cards left in it, maybe? 1 card left? Okay, what do we got here? So, if we wanted to dip into our 4th color, we could take this Looter. Oh, this deck's a mess. I love it. I think Elspeth Conquers Death is just a really strong card. We've got a few things that we wouldn't mind getting back. It's pretty cute with Eternal Witness. Like, it goes to the graveyard naturally. You can Eternal Witness it back. You can get back Eternal Witness with Elspeth Conquers Death. Smokestack. Smokestack plus Crucible. Smokestack plus Felidar Retreat. Yeah. Yeah. Wall of Omens to go with our Smokestack, I guess. Actually, probably Seasoned Pyromancer to go with our Smokestack. Except red's going to be a splash. We're probably splashing red for this Renin 6. So, since we, like, I don't really love splashing Knight of the Reliquary and Elspeth Conquers Death, so I'm going to take the Wall of Omens. Because we're hoping to just touch red for the Renin 6. Card draw is going to be a problem. We are drafting a deck that wants a lot of card draw in colors that don't really get access to card draw. So hopefully we'll be able to find like a Karn or a Coercive Portal or something that can help help fuel our deck and just make it run a little bit smoother. These kind of like decks that really want multiple pieces to come together rely pretty heavily on having card draw because like the odds that you will find all of the pieces that you're trying to put together go much higher when you are guess I'll take the when you have card draw because you're just drawing more cards. Oh, there's the Field of Ruin. So that kind of works. It is a little awkward with like we can destroy all of our opponent's non-basics. What are we doing here? I think it'll just be a Noble Hierarch, probably. Ancient Tomb's a lot less exciting in a deck that's playing 3 colors. Yeah, I'll take the Noble Hierarch. Helps with our mana a little bit. There's the Coercive Portal we were talking about. I think I'm going to have to take that one here. Yeah. Okay, it's starting to come together. We're making it work. We still really need the Strip Mine. I mean, we are drafting the Strip Mine deck. I would settle for a Wasteland, although it wouldn't be ideal, but it would at least work decently well. And we really do want some fetches. I mean, Windswept Teeth, Arid Mesa, what's the red-green one? It's not Stomping Ground, that's the Shockland. Wooded Foothills? Yeah. What do we have here? A Seagate Stormcaller is a great card, but not really what we're doing. There's a Stirring Wildwood, which is fixing, and a strong card, but I think I'm just going to take the Primeval Titan. I really, really, really like Primeval Titan just in general, and we're also, like, kind of ramping, and it can work well with, like, if we end up with those lands that we're still looking for. Just to reiterate, we do not have the card our deck is built around yet. But if we do find it, Primeval Titan is pretty good with that. Here I'm looking at Night of Autumn. The ability to destroy artifacts or enchantments is really good. There's also Yavimaya Elder, which is like good with Fast Bond, kind of. Yeah, I'll take the Night of Autumn. Okay, there's the Wooded Foothills. So, yeah, we'll definitely take that. That's a nice one to... You can get it back with Eternal Witness, with Renin 6, fixes our mana for Renin 6. We can get it back with Crucible of Worlds. Okay. Would really like about, like, a Strip Mine and 2 more fetches, and this deck would be looking pretty good. Yeah, we Fast Bond plus Crucible is really nice with, like, if we're able to get more fetch lands, then we can just, like, search out all the lands in our deck, kind of. It is painful to do. Each land pings you off of Fast Bond and pings you off of being a land that has that text on it. What are we doing here? What are we doing here? There's a Golgari Signet that catches my eye. It's like semi-on color. Nahiri's interesting. Nahiri is a strong card. Being able to get our Primeval Titan's pretty cool. Signet probably would lead to more wins. Just getting my curve down a little bit. But I'm going to take the Nahiri. It looks like fun. We're here to have fun. Sure, I'll grab the Taiga here. That's nice. Having a land to grab back. Oh, okay, what are we doing? Wow, do we want 3 cards in this pack. There's a Temple Garden, which fixes our mana and is pretty important to just kind of helping us cast our spells. Our mana is really greedy right now. There's a Courser of Crufix, which is nice with Fast Bond and also just like a really solid card. And there's a Ramanop Excavator, which is like a second copy of Crucible. Given that we don't have the Strip Mine yet, I'm a little bit more hesitant to take the Ramanop Excavator. I think I'm just going to take the Temple Garden. Drafts are just more fun when you're able to cast your spells, is what I have found. I generally enjoy playing Magic more when I get to play Magic. I know it's a novel concept. Here, I'll take a Signet. Yeah, if I had taken the, if I had been able to pick up that Courser of Crufix, then I'd consider the Sensei's Divining Top so that I could stack the top card of my library to be a land for this, for the Courser, but since I didn't, Signet seems fine. Still really looking for more fetch lands, fixing is just generally good. I'll take the Stirring Wildwood here, I think. There's like some thought to like Condemn. I don't think I need a Dragonlord Atarka. It is a really good piece of high end, but we already have a few decent things to do up the curve. I think I just want the fixing here. I'm going to take the Stirring Wildwood. The thing about this deck is it's just really like you really need like a few specific cards to make the deck work, and it's pretty not great without them, right? Like you really need the Strip Mine to make the deck work, and then you really want like the Crucible. Without Strip Mine, I guess we'll still play the Crucible because we have Nahiri to pitch the lands. We have Smokestack. We have a Taiga, or sorry, Wooded Foothills. Yavimaya Elder is not great. Not really where you want to be. Okay, Wildfire's curious. It's double red. Playing lands from, or with a Renin 6 and a Crucible, though, it makes me want to consider that. Because we'll be able to get back our lands and our opponents won't. Is the theory anyways. I'll take the Stoneforge. Probably not playing it. I think we already passed the Batterskull too, but I guess there's like a chance we find, I don't know, our deck ends up a little bit more creature-centric in pack 3 and we find a Jit or a sort of Feast and Famine maybe. Come on, Strip Mine. Come on, Strip Mine. No Strip Mines. There's a Wheel of Fortune. Wheel's good with Renin 6 and Crucible. And Fast Bond. It's also just like a Selesnya Signet. I'm leaning towards Wheel of Fortune. Double on color signets are good though. We do have a lot of cards on 4 that we would like to be able to cast. Yeah, I'll take the Wheel of Fortune. Okay. Still no Strip Mine, but there is a Misty Rainforest, so not too upset about that. Misty can find Temple Garden or Taiga. Oh boy. Well, that's an Armageddon, and I think we gotta take it here. There's also an Oko. I think that would be stretching our mana a little bit too thin to play Oko, although Oko is like one of the absolute strongest cards in the cube. It is like, I think it's like on par with like Jace the Mind Sculptor power level. Still generally below Moxen, although if I were playing blue-green and I had like, you know, Oko versus like Mox Pearl, there are a number of like a lot of times that I would take Oko there. It would depend on the deck, of course, but that's like to give you a sense of how powerful Oko is. It's like in that same range. Yeah, it's got to be Armageddon here with Crucible of Worlds and Ren and 6. There's another fetch land like that. Yeah, I'll grab the fetch land. Okay. We probably don't need the Field of Ruin now. We've just got other lands in our yard. Skyclave? Skyclave is just a really powerful card in general. So I think I'll grab that here. Can grab like opponents' Moxes or Signets or just like creatures. Yep. Okay. Looks like we're not going to get the Strip Mine. There is a balance. Balance can work with what we've got. So I'll take that here, I think. Sacred Foundry. Our mana's pretty good. There's that. I don't think I need this Wrath of God. I don't really have a ton of interaction in general. I'm going to take the Sacred Foundry, though. I'm playing a few red cards, and I'd really like to not play any mountains in the deck. So this gives me 5 red sources. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Plus the Lotus Cobra. So that should be enough to run the Ren and 6 Wheel of Fortune into Nahiri without playing any mountains. And we're at 23 non-lands, so any cut we make or any card we pick at this point is going to be replacing a non-land card. So the upgrade of Sacred Foundry over like a basic land is pretty big. Yeah, this deck's not a disaster. It's not ideal. I guess I'll take the Thrag Tusk. Mono red kind of can't beat Thrag Tusk, right? Maybe Kitchen Finks is better against mono red though, because you can cast it more often. I don't think either one is going in my main deck. They're just a little bit dorky. Yeah, I'll take a Finks for the sideboard, I think. Yeah, I like Finks better than Thrag Tusk, just because there's a chance that I die before I'm able to cast a 5-mana spell against mono red. Well, now I'll grab the Selesnya Signet. Wow, Chandra is still here. Chandra's good, but we can't play a double red spell. That's just a little too ambitious on our mana. Lyra, I'm not quite sure why Lyra's in the Vintage Cube. It feels... I guess it's like a sideboard card against mono red, but it feels a little on the weak side here. Just having a 5-mana play that like dies to a removal spell is not great. Port. Hollow Blade's kind of cute. We can discard our lands and then get them back with Crucible. Uh, guess I'll take Port. Port is... It's a pretty good land. It's not... Like, it does the thing that Strip Mine does, just a little bit worse. The nice part about Port is it's kind of flexible. I'll take a Deed, I guess. There's a chance we could sideboard that in. We have some free black sources, I think. So we need to make a cut, I think, right? This is 32. So, oh, that was not what I meant to do. Okay. I might actually play a Thraben Inspector. Works really well with Smokestack. Just gives me 2 things to sacrifice for 1 mana. Okay. Yavimaya Elder feels a little bit too slow and dorky. Plus, it's a double cost spell, which... Not that I'm not playing any of those, but just the fewer of those that I play, the better my mana becomes. Whisperwood is probably not going to be in here. Trying to figure out how good balance is for us. Like we've got like a couple of Signets. Fast Bond. Crucible, Smokestack, Portal if we balance right afterwards. Faladar Retreat. Yeah, okay, balance might be fine. We have a number of things that, like, put us down a card for balance. But, so there's... What you really want, like, the best balance decks are decks where you just have, like, a whole bunch of Moxen or whatever, so your opponent has to sack a bunch of lands or something. Thing is, if our opponent has more lands than us, we don't really mind sacking lands. And balance is a good answer against a lot of the aggressive decks that just have, 3 creatures in play to our 1 or something. Let's just hit add basics. Takes that one out. See what this looks like. So this is 16. With Whisperwood that I'm considering. I think 16 lands is probably okay. Is a little awkward. Fast Bond is worse the fewer lands you have. Like, ideally you have card draw to combo with it, but just the more lands you have in your opening hand with Fast Bond, the better. This is probably okay. Let's count up our sources here. Green, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 green sources. Okay. White, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So 10 green, 10 white, 5 red, and still have room for the Rashadan port. Yeah, I think that's pretty good. All right, let's run it. Okay, here we are for round 1. Our opponent is on the play. Unfortunately, I don't think we can keep this hand. I'm going to mulligan this one. Yeah, this hand's much better. Definitely keeping this. What am I putting back? So I have a green. I have double white off of the Temple Garden and the Signet. Could be the Sacred Foundry, maybe? Yeah, I don't hate putting back Sacred Foundry. That way I still have Port as a way to interact. I'm gonna play turn 3 Coercive Portal. Yeah, let's put back the Sacred Foundry. Land tax. Okay. Play Temple Garden. Say go. Yep, this land tax is looking like it's probably not going to do much for my opponent here. At least not this game. Guess I'll play, The Cobra's a little bit easier to disrupt, but it does produce more mana. I'm going to go for the high upside play here. Because next turn I can like, Mesa for a Taiga. That makes 2, play Selesnya Signet, and Coercive Portal in the same turn. Mind Twist X3. Okay. Well, that actually could have been a lot worse. That's not too bad. We kept our Coercive Portal, which is the important thing. Yeah, we'll hang on to this Misty Rainforest in case we need to cast another more expensive spell later. This doesn't play around days, but I think I'm fine not playing around exactly days. Yep. So there you go. Okay. Draw a card. Ho ho ho! Here we go. Alright. We got some shenanigans going on. So let's see. So I want to tap red, green for... I'm going to play this Misty Rainforest first. Just to play around like a mana leak or something. Okay. And then I'm going to fast spawn. I guess I'll return a land first in case they have like a removal spell for the Ren and 6. Yeah, I think so. Fast bond. Okay. Now we can Arid Mesa. Yep. Ow. I don't make a green, whatever. I'm not gonna attack with the Lotus Cobra here. My opponent could have like a Restoration Angel, and that would be pretty bad. Yeah. So, I'm gonna say go, and then on my opponent's upkeep, I'm gonna port down their one of their lands. Unclear which one just yet. So, opponent's tapping some mana. They're going to Brazen Borrower or Coercive Portal. Okay. Well, that makes our plan of what, or our decision for what we're going to tap down a little easier. We'll tap down their blue. And that way, if they want to... Oh, crud. I wasn't supposed to play a land because they had Fast Bond. I didn't think about that. That was silly. I didn't need to... I could have just held on to the land. Or they have land tax, I mean. So, if I had held on to the land... I mean, they would have gotten it eventually, but it means they're just getting it earlier. Yep. Okay, and turn. Alright, so we'll go... Portal... crack the Mesa here. Do I want 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think I'm gonna keep my opponent from thinning their deck. This doesn't play around Mana Leak. Mana Leak gets us. Force of Will. Okay, that's fine. Force of Will is going to get us either way. Alright, well, I'll grab back the Misty. And since our opponent's tapped out, I will go ahead and attack here. Really love like a Felidar retreat. That would be nice. And I'll plan on tapping down my opponent's blue. I know they've got at least one double blue cards, so this way they're, if they want to play more blue. Oh, right, they got 3 islands. Well, doesn't make a difference. Hoo-hoo, there's the Felidar retreat. Okay. We are off to the races. I'm going to go for max upside here. Yeah, here we go. Okay. Okay, make a cat. I don't know, green, whatever. Crack this. Get a forest. Make a cat. Get back the Arid Mesa. It's a weird animation. Yep. Okay, and we win. Whew. See, we got our combo going there. We our fast bond plus Ren and 6 plus Felidar retreat combo. Plus a fetch land. 4-card combo. We didn't see a ton out of our opponent's deck. What did we see? We saw Brazen Borrower, Force of Will, some Signets, Land Tax. I don't think there's anything I want to change based on that. It's possible our opponent could have a hard time dealing with like a Whisperwood Elemental, but you could just Brazen Borrower bounce it. Yeah, I'm just gonna run it back like it is. Okay. This hand is pretty greedy. We're really needing to draw land and not have our Lotus Cobra be countered or killed. If we do, though, it's very, very good. You know what? I'm feeling greedy today. We'll keep. We'll keep. If I were trying to maximize my win percentage, I'd probably mulligan this hand, but, I think it looks like fun. Okay, we missed our land. Okay. Okay, we missed again. Please land this turn. Come on, land. Brazen Borrower. Okay. Well, then in that case, we can miss for one more turn. I don't care. Okay, we didn't miss. Interestingly, I think I'm actually going to hold that land, because we'd really like to be able to use the landfall trigger to cast something that we can't cast right now. Like this Knight of Autumn or the Felidar Retreat. 5 mana. Uh-oh. Mind Twist X4. Oof, they hit our land. Yikes. Okay. Now we're back to needing a land. Well, balance is actually not a bad draw. Set a stop on our opponent's upkeep. And we will port down their blue mana. So they can't cast this Brazen Borrower. Although if we're planning on balancing, we actually kind of want them to cast the Brazen Borrower. It's funny. Yep, same plan. Tap down the blue. Okay. Alright, our Lotus Cobra getting its beats on. We're seeing if we can go the distance with a 2-1. Fast bond, okay. I don't think I actually even play that. Yeah, I'm just gonna... Well, they can respond to my port trigger by playing the Brazen Borrower, so it actually doesn't really matter if I tap down the land or not. So I guess I will go ahead and play it. I'll still leave the stop there. Mind or control magic. Yeah, okay. Well, balance is looking real good if I can ever cast it. Yeah, just say go. Tap down the blue, force them to play the Brazen Borrower. No? Okay. Interesting. Means they probably have something else they want to play. Mole Drifter. Okay. Well. Works well with our balance. Means that we discard fewer cards when we eventually balance, which I'm sure we will be doing at some point here. Yeah, Banishing Light, my fast bond, sure, I don't care. Okay. Take a hit. Yep. Crucible. Okay. Yeah, I guess I just pass. Just figuring out what am I going to discard here. Could be Thraben Inspector. Yeah, I guess I'll pitch the Thraben Inspector, because if I hit white, then I'm going to want to do other stuff. I guess at this point I'll tap down the black to keep them off of something like Grave Titan. Never mind. Okay. Taking some hits here. They're hesitating to play that Brazen Borrower. Alright, well, balance is good if we can resolve it. I think I'm actually going to play... I almost want to, like, bait out a counterspell, so I might just, like, play Crucible of Worlds first. Which is, like, a good spell, but not terrible if it gets countered. Like, I would like a Crucible in play, but if they Force of Will this, then I'm kind of fine. Whereas if they Force of Will balance, I think I just lose. So it looks like they do have the counterspell. They're just deciding if they want to spend it or not. Trying to figure out how much do I want this Crucible. They've decided that I'd like this Crucible. Counter draw. Okay. Okay. Play something that it's not ideal. That's pretty good against balance, actually. Yikes. Well, now I think we have to Night of Autumn to blow up the Wormcoil engine because we don't want them to have 2 creatures left after we balance. I'm gonna Night of Autumn. At that point, am I playing another land or am I holding it to make them sacrifice more lands? So... yeah, I guess I'll hold on to it. Make them go down further on their lands when I balance next turn. I'm gonna destroy the worm coil, and then I'll plan on blocking whichever one saves me the most life. I guess the one of the 3/3s. Okay, here comes the Brazen Borrower, it looks like. Am I just dead? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, I am just dead, so it doesn't matter. Oh. Ooh. I conceded, but they cast a spell that made it not lethal. That's too funny. So I was actually dead until they cast that towards the Plowshares, I think. Because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. But after they swords... no, I was still dead because then the other worm coil could get through. Okay, never mind. It didn't matter. It didn't matter. So, do we want to change anything here? We could. No, I think this is kind of the bed we've made for ourselves here. This is the deck we're stuck with. I guess I could bring in like a Sword of Fire and Ice and a Stoneforge Mystic as an option, but I don't know. I don't love that. Like take out Wall of Omens. Okay. Yeah, I'll keep this hand. So Wildwood on turn 1. Turn 2 we'll play a Selesnya Signet. And we might just turn 3 Wheel of Fortune. It'll depend on what else is going on here, but let's grab our Taiga. I think we have more double green than double white. Maybe we don't. But we do have a double green card in our hand. But we're about to wheel our hand away. Oh, we have Selesnya Signet. It doesn't matter. Okay, I'll take the one that doesn't hurt me then. Here's the Signet. And we'll say go. They've got their own Signet. Raven Inspector. Well, I think at this point I'm happy to just Wheel of Fortune. It does reload our opponent's hand too, but we're going to be missing lands here, and that seems not ideal. So, just going to wheel. Plus, this way I might hit Fast Bond. Okay, if they want to force that, I'm kind of fine with that. It's not a problem for me. Wheel was not like critical to resolve, especially if they're going to go down 2 cards to... It was a 2-for-1. Okay, there's a land. So at this point, I think... So... I could just start putting some counters on a smokestack. That doesn't seem bad. It's a little weak to Brazen Borrower. Maybe this turn I like Wall of Omens plus the Raven Inspector in case they have Brazen Borrower. Yeah, I kind of like that. Let's, Wall of Omens. Okay, Arid Mesa, sure. We'll play a Plains. Oh, we're supposed to play the Raven Inspector, right? Okay. Well, next turn we can Felidar Retreat plus a fetch land, which is not bad. Start building up our board a little bit. 5. Looks like maybe they're deciding if they want to play. Oh no, here comes the mind twist. Yep, just twist us every game, sure. Yikes. That's good. Alright, well, let's crack the clue, see what we hit. Not loving our odds here. Skyclave. Can't play that. Guess I play a forest and hit them for 1. Well, yeah, having to discard our hand every turn or every game has been pretty rough. That's unfortunate. Yeah, okay, Wormcoil Engine's good. I don't know how we... Elspeth Conquers Death? That'd be a good draw. Forest. It's not a good draw. Alright, well... Let's... Skyclave Apparition on the Coalition Relic, I guess. Does that even really do anything, though? I guess it takes them off a double blue. Okay. We'll say go. And I think we're just going to start chumping right off the bat here. Chump with the Wall of Omens first. Just going down on creatures for balance seems good. Lotus Cobra. Okay. Play a Lotus Cobra. We could do a big multi-block on the Wormcoil Engine this next turn. Unfortunately, they would just be left with creatures that are still... like, one doesn't really solve our problem. Alright, I'll get in for 2, or for 3. Block the Lotus Cobra, I guess. Probably should have left back the Inspector and block with that. I don't think it's going to make a difference here, though. Yep. Balance. Okay. So, we do have kind of a game plan. Unfortunately, we needed to make that big multi-block first. Oh, this works okay. We can go 3, 4, 5, 6. That'll kill it. Then we balance next turn. Okay. So, we get super blown out by Brazen Borrower. But... what's this? Mole Drifter? Okay. That's fine. Okay, so we're going to animate this. And we're going to do a lot of blocks. Oh, no. Oh, gosh, that's bad. Okay. So we'll still balance, but then they'll be left with the Wormcoil things. Well, never mind. We're actually in pretty good shape now, because we can Elspeth Conquers Death on the Wormcoil Engine. What are we going to get back with this? Probably like Skyclave Apparition. Oh, maybe an Acidic Slime. We'll see what they do. Because we're probably going to balance next turn. Destroy their creatures, blow up 3 or 4 of their lands. I don't know what's happening here. Looks like an X spell. Sphinx's Rev? Walking Ballista. Okay, that's fine. Ooh. Well, that's a pretty good draw. So we're going to balance. Make our opponent sack their creatures. Yep. 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 So I'll probably get back the acidic slime next turn. Yep. So we could also get back, could get like Wall of Omens. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They have 6 mana anyways. I might just get back the Wall of Omens, because that gives me a draw to help me hit this Primeval Titan. Or a card to discard to Nahiri, because I don't really want to discard the Primeval Titan. Yeah, I'm going to get back the Wall of Omens. Because if I hit a land, I can play Primetime. If I don't, I can discard it to Nahiri. Okay, I didn't. I don't need Fast Bond. That's fine. So I'll do it like that in case I draw like our Noble Hierarch. I'll discard Fast Bond. Okay, there's a land. We'll play a land and say go. Okay, we're in pretty good shape here. When we Nahiri ult, or if we get up to Nahiri ult, I think we'll get... Ooh, dig through time's good. I think we'll get a Eternal Witness to get back our Elspeth Conquers Death, probably. Ooh, I'll be amazed if we come back from this one. I thought for sure when we got Mind Twisted that we were out of the game, but I guess Balance is a card that can really pull you back from situations like that. Right. Let's start with Primeval Titan, see if they respond to that. We do not. So here we can grab a port and probably like a Temple Garden. Could thin my deck a little bit with a Misty, but then I'd be at 12, which the difference between 13 and 12 could actually matter this game, because if they're gonna kill me, it's probably in the air with a Brazen Borrower. So multiples of 3 are important. We'll do that. Discard the Sacred Foundry. Okay, I'm going to hang on to this forest so that I have something to discard to Nahiri in the future if I need to. Okay, so they do have a Petty Theft. Yep. Yikes, our opponent kind of clock us with this Brazen Borrower. I mean, they're at 33 to our 13. They gained a bunch of life off that Wormcoil Engine. Whew, a Phantasmal Image. Okay. Phantasmal Image is good. Alright. Would really like to find that Will or Council's Judgment? Oh my gosh, okay. Yep, you got our prime time. Now we're in a bit of trouble. Now we're in some trouble. We really need to get that Eternal Witness to get back our Elspeth Conquers Death. So yeah, I guess I Nahiri minus on the Brazen Borrower. One, two, three. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I guess I'll play a land. Yeah, I'll play one land. Not that I could play more than one, but I will plan on hanging on to this next one if I need to. Tap a land. So here they'll probably attack Nahiri. What are they attacking? Can't tell which. Okay, they're just attacking me. I guess I still have to block. Maybe I just let this through. Trying to decide if I'm supposed to block or not. Or if I want to... Yeah, I guess I'll block. Because I'm going to minus Nahiri on that next turn anyways, probably. So, rather just keep my life total high, I guess. Plus, this way, if I draw balance... Well, actually, never mind. I already drew balance. Revoker. Okay. Really got to draw that Elspeth Conquers Death now. Or the Eternal Witness to get back Elspeth Conquers Death. That was not that. I guess we're not technically dead. We can live for one more turn. So, tap down a land. Because if we hit Eternal Witness, Ewit can block the Revoker, and we can put back or exile the Primeval Titan. Okay. Ren in 6. Well, that's not going to do it for us. We could kill the Revoker, but we just die to the Primeval Titan. Oh, wait. Wait. This is a Phantasmal image. Okay. We're not dead yet. Because they decided to kill our Nahiri, we have one more turn. If they don't have a counter. Okay. Whew. Alright. Come on, Eternal Witness. Oh, no, no. Don't do that. Don't tap your lands. I don't like that. Whatever's happening here, I'm not a fan. Unless they're killing themselves with Sphinx's Revelation. If they're going to draw their entire deck with Sphinx's Revelation, then lose. No, that's not what's happening. Okay. Alright. They got this one. I'll see you in round 2. Okay, here we are for round 2. Our opponent is on the play. He sounds a little slow, but I'll keep. There's like a chance that I just get run over by my opponent. There's just a lot of fast stuff that my opponent could be doing. The nice part is if I do get this Felidar retreat going, that's pretty strong. Like if I can like start sacrificing lands. Like turn 3 I can play Knight of the Reliquary, turn 4 I can play Felidar retreat. And make a cat immediately with the Knight. Okay, just play that tapped and say go. Hopefully we're not too slow for whatever our opponent's doing over there. If we feel like we need to, we could also change around the ordering of our plays. We could start with a Knight of Autumn to blow up an artifact or enchantment. Hit that Gruul Signet. If they play like a Worn Power Stone or Basalt Monolith, yeah, that's probably gotta... probably going to be Knight of Autumn tier. That feels pretty important to get off the battlefield. My opponent also missed their land, so they're choked on lands. So attacking their mana feels very strong. Alright, let's destroy the Basalt Monolith. Okay. Opponent's back down to 3 lands. If the best thing they could do last turn on 3 lands is Basalt Monolith, then they probably don't have... I guess Basalt Monolith is... I guess it's probably a card you'd want to play on 3 if you are playing it. I generally don't like this card very much. I don't know, the one-shot mana accelerant's not great, but it can lead to some scary starts. Like, if you have it on turn 3, then sometimes you can play, like, Karn on turn 4 or something. Brawl. Uh-oh. So we might be playing against Storm here. Okay. Well, I think I'm gonna smokestack and start ticking that up. Gotta make sure I remember how to stack my soot counters here. So if my opponent doesn't go off this turn, then they're gonna start having to sacrifice stuff. They've got Brawl. So 1, 2, 3. Okay, there's a Mana Crypt. Yeah, this looks like they're trying to storm off, would be my guess. Yep. Alright, I'm just gonna F6, let it happen. Is it like a Bolas' Citadel? Desperate Ritual. Seething Song. Well, if they have Past in Flames, that's pretty good. Dark Petition, that's also pretty good. What are they grabbing? So... oh, they don't reveal with Dark Petition. Okay. Well, they probably got to draw 7. Yeah, there it is. We got 8 mana and 7 fresh cards, so chances are they can do something, and a Brawl in play. Seems pretty unlikely that they wouldn't have any plays from this point. If we do get to untap, we have a lot of disruption that we can get going. We can we can Skyclave Apparition their Mana Crypt or their Brawl, and then port them on their upkeep as well. Demonic Tutor. Yep. Yeah, this one's probably... They probably have this one. It's hard to imagine they could Demonic Tutor with Storm Count 8 and not find a way to get there. Like, if they have a Tendrils, they only need to cast 1 more spell before Tendrils just straight up kills us. Brain Freeze. We don't have any Eldrazi in our deck, do we? I'm going to concede before they see our deck, because we don't have any shuffle effects, so that was about to kill us. This way our opponent has a little bit less information. Okay, well, our opponent's deck is great, and our deck is not, so run it. Okay, yeah, this hand seems good. We can turn 2, start going with like a Ren and 6. Maybe Armageddon them at some point. So, I guess let's grab a Taiga. Lotus Bloom. Okay. Brainstorm. Yeah. Ooh, excuse me. Oh, well, there's a Crucible of Worlds. Sorcerer's Graveyard have retrace. Guess I'd rather have the Wrenn in 6. No, maybe I'd rather have Crucible of Worlds out. Wrenn in 6 lets me grab a land back right away, but I think Crucible's better with Fast Bond, and there's a chance our opponent, like, Wheel of Fortunes our hand away at some point here, and if they do that, then I would rather have the Crucible out. Giving our instants and sorceries retrace is like, I mean, I guess we could continuously blow up their lands with Armageddon. Okay, is it Signet? And this Lotus Bloom is on 2. I'm going to give our opponent one more turn. I'm guessing they're not going to be going off next turn. It's probably the turn that their Lotus Bloom is coming down that they're going to try to go off, so I'll Armageddon them next turn. This turn, I'll just put in a Coercive Portal. River Forest. Okay. So, guessing my opponent's just going to develop their mana a little bit more this turn. They might play like a Baral or something. Though if they have the Storm combo, they might just go for it while I'm tapped out. That's also possible. Love for them to play another land. Yeah, there we go. Yep. Okay, now just don't have a counterspell. Please, no counterspells. Okay, Homage. Oh, Cobra. That's not the worst, but we're not going to play it right this minute. Right now, we're going to play an Armageddon. Oh, no. Oh, this looks like a counterspell. Force of Negation. Yep, that was a counterspell. Can confirm. Okay, so that's bad, because that means they're getting their Lotus Bloom in addition to these 3 lands that they have out, so this might be the end for us. Our opponent only does have 3 lands in hand, so, or only 3 cards in hand, so it's possible they can't go off this turn, but we did see 2 tutor effects and a draw 7 out of them. Should probably have cut this balance in hindsight. I don't know what balance is really doing here. Like, they're not committing anything to the board, and my deck is just getting, like, 2-for-1s against them or whatever. Okay, here they go. Yep. Like, if this balance had been, say, a... Yeah, there's the Wheel of Fortune. If this balance had been, like, a Stoneforge Mystic, for example, we might have been able to do something there. pressure our opponent at least. Okay. Well, yeah, I guess I'll just untap. Yeah. So here I'm kind of hoping to be able to attack my opponent's mana a little bit. Felidar Retreat. Well, that's interesting. That is interesting. So I'm definitely playing a fast bond this turn, and probably trying... So then I've got my Wooded Foothills in my graveyard. All right, let's start with just fast bond, because I'm 100% doing that. I don't think I want to Felidar Retreat. I think I'd rather attack my opponent's mana. Felidar Retreat could set us up for a win next turn, but I don't really want to let my opponent untap with this much mana. So instead, we're going to grab a Forest. Gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4. Gonna play Nahiri and minus on the Signet, I think. Okay, let's minus on the Signet. And we're gonna have to take a bunch to do this, but that's okay. Yep, ow. 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 And ow. Now we'll Acidic Slime and blow up the Lotus Bloom. So, this way our opponent doesn't just have, like, infinite mana. They still do have quite a bit. So it's kind of funny. We can keep getting triggers off of the Felidar Retreat using Wooded Foothills. Not finding anything. Just Wooded Foothills. Wooded Foothills, sack. Wooded Foothills, sack. We will die eventually, though. But it's probably moot, because we're probably dead before then. Yawgmoth's Bargain. Okay. Well, I can Elspeth Conquers Death that, so I don't hate that. Okay. So, here I'm gonna go... Exile the... I guess I'll see if Elspeth Conquers Death resolves first. Because if they counter this, then I'd want to Nahiri the Bargain. Okay. That resolves, it looks like. Yeah, they just get to draw cards before it does. Yep. Yep. Our opponent doesn't know that we have this Felidar Retreat in our hand, so they might just put themselves dead here. Okay. Keep going. Yeah. Yeah, keep going. Keep going. Yeah. Although, oh, they already cast their Force Indication. Yeah. Okay, so now we gotta kill them this turn. Okay. They stopped at 8, so we can't Wheel of Fortune to just kill them. So instead we're going to go... I'm pretty confident we have the kill here. We can go Felidar Retreat. We'll go +1/+1 counters. We'll go Arid Mesa. Ow. +1/+1 counters. I don't know how many hits I have left for the Arid Mesa, though. Let's find out. Mesa. How many points do I have left? 1. +1/+1 counters. Play the Mesa. Okay. +1/+1 counters. And I guess at this point, just attack. Yeah, okay. Alright. So let's swap some things here. Let's get the balance out of there, because that doesn't really do a ton. Could put in, like, Stoneforge Mystic? Whisperwood? Just, like, play Pelucranos. Dorky beater. I guess I like Stoneforge plus Sword. And I need to make another cut. Probably Wall of Omens. Yeah. Okay. So, we got our Crucible Armageddon combo. I'm not really doing anything until like several turns in. I guess I keep, but yeah. Deck's a little bit just on the slow side in general. Okay, they looting. Let's see what they discard. They pitched Desperate Ritual Swamp. Okay. Eternal Witness. Okay. Well. That doesn't really do anything at the moment. Okay, we'll go Signet. Segu. Could have also, like, played Port there. Well, probably doesn't matter taking them off of mana until their big turn so much anyways. Which is probably going to be next turn. So I think I like blowing up lands here. It'd be nice if I could have Crucible in play when I do it, but I think I don't want to give them another turn with Baral in play. So, yep, I'll just go ahead and pull the trigger on this Armageddon. Okay. Next turn we can play Stoneforge. Really hoping they don't have a Wheel of Fortune in their hand. That would be pretty rough. Elspeth conquers death. Okay. Alright, we'll need Stoneforge. Go find our sword. Yep. Say go. Three. Okay, so they're flashing back to Faithless Looting. Yep. He pitched Mountain Dark Petition. Is this a demonic tutor? No. It is pass. Okay. Well, here I think we Crucible. Yeah, I think we just shock in this land and then Crucible of Worlds. It's a little awkward not being able to play the land right away from it, but I'd really like to have this in play if they do play a Wheel of Fortune, such that if they wheel us into like Fast Bond, I can kind of go off. If I hit Fast Bond, that would be a very good draw. Okay, we did not hit Fast Bond. Probably just Wooded Foothills, Eternal Witness back, Armageddon. And then plan on casting it next turn. So, nope. I gotta tap awkwardly. Whatever. This plays around days. Get back the Geddon. Yes, I would like to use Eternal Witness's ability. Okay. I'll say go. Excuse me. All that carbonated water. I say as I drink more. It's so good. Our opponent has 2 cards in hand. Demonic Tutor, so that'll probably be a draw 7 that they're finding. They'll probably go get Wheel of Fortune, which that's strong. They won't have much mana left over to do stuff with. They'll have 2 mana. 2 mana on a Brawl though could, with like a fresh look, could be enough. Time Twister. Okay. Yikes. Well, that's even better because that shuffles stuff in, so my Crucible's not great. What am I going to do next turn? Oh. Well, there probably won't be a next turn given that my opponent is not done yet. Mind's Desire copied 3 times. Is that enough to kill me? They can Dark Ritual, Basalt Monolith, Brain Freeze. Puts me down to 2 cards. Wait, no. Yeah. I think that hits 24. Okay. Down to 2. Down to 2 cards in my deck. So is Fast Bond one of the... Fast Bond did get milled. Okay. How can I win this game? How can I win this game? Probably can't. Probably can't. I should be able to figure out what the last card in my deck is. So, Sword of Fire and Ice is here. Eternal Witness is on the battlefield. Got Elspeth Conquers Death. Is it just a land? It might just be a land. The Reliquary, -3 Mentor. Count how many lands you have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Okay, so it's not a land. Coercive Portal. Noble Hierarch. Got that. Apparition. Wheel of Fortune. Ren and 6. What was the third red card we were splashing? Nahiri, right? It probably doesn't matter what it is. We can Felidar Retreat to put some power on the board, but that doesn't do a ton. Gosh, if we had Fast Bond, then we could win. I don't see any outs here. So like play Felidar Retreat, play Stirring Wildwood from the graveyard, put counters on the team. I don't think that does it. I guess I put counters. In there with both. They'll block the Mystic. Yep. Is our last card. That's where I need like a Twitch chat, right? Draga Tree Speaker, maybe? Did we pick up a Draga Tree Speaker and just have not drawn it? Let's find out. What was our last card? Raven Inspector. Okay. Draga Tree Speaker I had picked up in another draft that I did earlier. Okay, well, not going ideal so far, but let's see if we can make something happen here in round 3. Okay, here we are for round 3. We are on the play, and we got a mulligan that one. Yeah, we got a mulligan this one as well. Okay, I guess we have to keep this one. It's bad, but we have to keep it, I think. Put back Thraben Inspector. No, we can cast Raven Inspector. Put back Ren and 6. Yeah, probably Ren and 6. Because we would need to find a red. And I guess Acidic Slime. Because we also can't cast Acidic Slime yet. So, not feeling great about our odds here. It's not looking good. Mana Vault. Okay, now I'm really not feeling great about our odds. Well, if they don't use it next turn, though, then we'll get to nab it with this Apparition. Except, no, we won't, because we need to draw a white. So if they don't use it this next turn, and we draw a white... Come on, don't have any play. No, don't do that. Don't plow under. I will put That one and then that one. Okay. Well, that actually wasn't... I mean, it's not great, but it could have been a lot worse. Because little does our opponent know, we didn't have any more lands anyways. Joke's on you. I mean, of course, it still stops us from drawing 2 turns. For 2 turns. So, they're still almost certainly going to win. Yep. Night of Autumn. That's good. Okay. Well, we could still hit like a Wheel of Fortune or something at say the Raven Inspector, and I'll trying to decide if I want to pop this clue or if I'd rather tap down my opponent's planes. I guess I'd rather sacrifice the clue. Okay. Ooh, balance is actually really good. Balance is sweet. This was my plan all along when I mulled to 5. Search for tomorrow. Absolutely. Put as many lands as you want onto the battlefield, friend. And as many creatures, too. So... yeah, I guess we just balance and make our opponent sack 3 lands. That seems pretty good. So that makes this game a lot closer. Because now we're tied on mana and have the same number of cards in our hand. Our opponent has a mana vault that they can untap if they hit a land here. Impulse, okay. If I hit a land next turn, I might just Armageddon. Yeah, I will. My game plan, I'm gonna ride this mana vault to victory here. Yeah, I think I like that. I'll grab up Plains because it's going away after this turn. Alright. Still don't know what the exiled card was. This 1 damage from the mana vault might end up being relevant here. Annoying that the Caryatid has hexproof means I can't apparition it. Okay. I mean, not that I could apparition it anyways. I could attack with a 3-Raven Inspector, but it'd be a 2-3, so unless they're tapping down their Sylvan Caryatid, it wouldn't do anything. They would just block with their thing, and then they can attack back with the Night of Autumn. Okay. Smokestack, okay. Well, our opponent's draws have been a little bit better than ours have. Yep. Just say go. Yep. Untapping the mana vault is kind of scary. Means they got a lot of mana next turn. Retreat, sure. Gosh, our deck is just full of such bad cards. We just need more card draw to make our deck work, really. Like, if this deck had, like, if instead of red we were playing blue and we had, like, compulsive research or ancestral recall or factor fiction, it would be we'd be in a much better shape, I think. Sure. I don't really, like, that doesn't really hurt me. Fast bond, okay. Well, I guess I pitched the smokestack here because it's hard to imagine that being a card that I want to play. I could see a world in which fast bond could be relevant, where if I'm able to get like a crucible out, or I find a Wheel of Fortune. Yeah, pitch the prime time. Okay, that's gonna be the game, I think. I guess I'll give it another turn or two in case I hit. Okay. Not quite over yet, because I can Noble Hierarch, and then Miscalc. Okay. Well, I'll concede then, because that's... if they'll kill me before I could even Wheel of Fortune here. Okay, looks like Wall of Omens is probably not going to matter here. Could swap it for my own Whisperwood. Maybe I should just be playing 17 lands. Maybe that's just the answer. Play a white land instead. Sure. Alright, playing first. Mulliganing first. I guess I keep this hand. What am I bottoming? Acidic Slime, probably? Acidic Slime could be good later. Felidar Retreat. Probably the Felidar Retreat. Yeah. Gosh, I love Felidar Retreat. It's such a fun card, but it's not great in the Vintage Cube. It just needs so much to go right. Like, you really need to be kind of going off, at which point you've usually won the game anyways without it. But it is fun to just make a bunch of cats and have them do catty things. I don't know. Give them vigilance and attack. Got their own Lotus Cobra, sure. Gaia's Cradle. Yee. Alright, really need to hit a land. Please untap land. Well, it's probably not going to matter here. They got a Nissa. So... yeah, I mean, I'll play the Nahiri, I guess. And minus on the Birds of Paradise, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I guess I'll... that cuts them off of 2 lands, so it seems right. And if they want to kill the Nahiri now, they've got to trade Lotus Cobras, which favors me because they have a Gaia's Cradle out. When I say that favors me, I don't mean to say I am favored. Just to be clear, I'm still very much in a bad situation. But that particular trade is favorable to me. 5 mana. Is this a Whisperwood? Plow Under? Okay. Jeez, if my opponent's gonna Plow Under... I think at that point, maybe I just let Nahiri die and hope that they don't have anything that they can do with their mana. Like, they have so much mana anyways. I think I'd rather just, like, keep my Lotus Cobra and hope that they run out of cards. Yeah. Play a Monastery Mentor. Say go. Cultivate, sure. Okay. You have lots of manas. Knight of Autumn, okay. Well, I will play a Thraben Inspector. Investigate. Play a Temple, tapped. Make a green. Crack the Clue. Misty, okay. Misty's not bad. Misty means I can blow up their Gaia's Cradle next turn. How many lands do they need to flip this Nissa? 7? Okay. So don't have that last card. Like, if that last card is a land, we might be okay. That last card is not a land. Okay, it's a Search for Tomorrow. That's basically a land. Okay. I mean, that's still good because they get to flip their Nissa. But it's not as bad as it could be. Impulse. Okay. Yeah. Impulse is pretty likely to find them something good here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 mana. Alright. Yep. I don't like whatever this is that's starting by tapping Gaia's Cradle. That's not going in the direction I enjoy. Okay. Hit me with the Knight of Autumn. No blocks. Huh, interesting. Don't do anything. Well, I don't know how the mana cost on this Nissa works, but I guess we're going to find out because I'm going to try to play Elspeth Conquers Death on it. Like, does the back face have a mana cost? Oh, I gotta crack the Misty. We will find out. Cool, I can hit the Nissa. Perfect. Okay. Well, that is a pretty huge swing, actually. That's a big deal. So, Our opponent has a whole bunch of mana, but they still don't have anything to do with it as far as we can tell. Or they might not have. Okay. I'll jump with the 3-bit inspector here, I guess. Yeah. Deck kind of wants to keep its life total high because I've got, like, when I do, like, my Crucible fetch stuff, that costs a lot of life. Okay. Uh-oh. Ugin? Oh my gosh. Okay. Really? Interesting. Probably would have exiled everything, but okay. Alright, well, now we can... 3... We still can't Acidic Slime. I guess we send both of these at Ugin. Oh. I should have Crucibled pre-combat to pump my Monk. I didn't think about that. Hopefully the 1 point doesn't matter. Okay, the trading that way. So... Crucible Misty... in turn. Okay. So my opponent might -5 now to get rid of my Elspeth Conquers Death? No, they're just upticking. Okay. Oh, they're planning on ultimate again next turn. Alright, I gotta find an answer to that right now that doesn't exist in my deck. Yeah. Okay. Forest. Guess we're getting back Nahiri? Yeah, none of these other things seem good, so I'll get back Nahiri. Okay. So... we can get rid of Ugin next turn. It'll probably be too late then. So if I Eternal Witness back the Elspeth Conquers Death, we can get Ugin off the board next turn. It will have already ultimated. So we're probably screwed. Maybe our opponent hits 7 lands? I don't know. Could happen in theory. Misty. Guess we say go. Alright, what you got, opponent? Okay. Gain 7. Put 7 permanents in. Okay. That... we're not dead. Yet. Although they might have just, like, found a Crater Hoof and not put it in. Because they want to... or... wait, no, they wouldn't do that. They could find an Eldrazi, maybe, and not put it in for the cast trigger. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, they could have found Ulamog or Kozilek and want to cast it. That's also possible. Knight of the Reliquary, okay. Yeah, you can shell dock right away. What are you putting out? Is it Greater Hoof? Or an Upheaval? Primeval Titan. Okay, Primeval Titan's good. That's probably game winning. Like, I don't know how we're gonna dig ourselves out of this one. Because we gotta deal with the Primeval Titan, or we're just dead next turn. We also have to deal with the Whisperwood, or we're just dead next turn, and the Ugin, and the Gare. Alright. I guess I'll see what we draw, but it's not looking good for the heroes here. Alright. Well, we'll pitch the Arid Mesa. Yeah, okay. Now they got it. Okay. Well, thank you for joining me for my first 03 of the season. I'm sure there will be many more to come. If you enjoyed this video and you want to help support me in making more of them, you can like, comment, or subscribe, or also support me over on patreon.com/RyanHibbs. I'll put a link in the description. Thanks so much for joining me, and I will catch you next time.